Have you ever caught her eye and wondered if she feels the same spark you do? You might replay every glance, smile, or joke in your head, trying to decode the message behind her actions. Whether you two are complete strangers, casual acquaintances, or close friends, there are subtle signals in her behavior that science tells us can reveal hidden attraction. In this video, we'll walk through 3 real-life scenarios: meeting a stranger, interacting with someone you know a bit, and hanging out with a close friend, and point out the body language and cues that researchers say hint she might secretly like you. Stranger scenario. First impressions. Imagine this. You're waiting in line at a coffee shop and you sense someone looking your way. She's a total stranger, but you catch her eyes on you more than once. One classic cue here is eye contact. People who are attracted tend to hold each other's gaze a bit longer than usual. If she locks eyes with you and holds it, even just a second longer than normal, and maybe smiles quickly before looking away, that can be a huge sign. Research notes that mutual gaze, 2 people keeping eye contact, happens a lot in couples who are in love. So if she's staring a little too long, she might be sizing you up. Next, watch her body orientation. Is she facing you with an open posture? An open, inviting stance, shoulders back, body turned toward you, is far more friendly than a closed-off stance. Facing you fully, even if just subtly angling toward you, is a subconscious way of signaling interest. On the flip side, if she suddenly shifts to face away or crosses her arms, she might just be keeping it casual. But if her feet or torso twist your way, science says that's a strong cue of attraction. Another powerful tip: look for subtle mimicry. People who like each other often unconsciously copy each other's gestures or posture, a phenomenon psychologists call the chameleon effect. For example, if you cross your arms or tilt your head and then later realize she did the same thing, that little mirror move didn't happen by accident. Studies show that mimicry makes interactions smoother and actually increases liking between people. So if you catch her subtly mirroring your stance or way of laughing, her brain might be wired to connect with yours. Finally, pay attention to her pupils and smiles. It sounds wild, but science confirms that our pupils dilate, get bigger, when we look at someone we find attractive. You probably won't notice exact pupil size in public, but you can see the effect. More open, bright eyes and genuine smiles are classic indicators. Smiling is big. Psychologists find that positive facial expressions make someone appear more attractive and approachable. If she flashes a true smile, with crinkling around the eyes, at something you do or say, that's literally her brain lighting up. In the stranger scenario, all these cues are small clues. Extra eye contact, open posture, a friendly smile, even that pupil sparkle, that she's giving you more attention than just a passing glance. If you notice a couple of these, she might be kind of into you, even if she's technically a stranger. The truth is, people only catch our attention like that if something about us feels interesting to them. Acquaintance scenario, building a connection. Now let's say you're already acquainted, maybe classmates, lab partners, or part of the same social circle. You know her name, maybe you've exchanged a few chats, but you haven't hung out one-on-one yet. You might think you know her, but secret crushes can hide in plain sight. Look for signals that rise above a normal, friendly vibe. One big hint is laughter and smiling at your jokes. Research shows women tend to prefer men who make them laugh, and conversely, men prefer women who laugh at them. If she giggles more at your jokes than others do, or smiles when you catch her eye, she's showing positive emotion around you. Psychologists note that positive affect is critical in attraction. Genuine laughter, and even the little blush it can bring, is often a sign of attraction. In fact, a psychology study found that nervousness mixed with smiling and laughing is exactly what people do when they're attracted. So if she laughs easily with you, especially if she's a bit shy about it, she's probably enjoying your company on more than a friendly level. Notice also if she initiates light touches. In a group or casually, she may find excuses to lightly tap your arm, playfully high-five, or fix your collar. Research on flirting behavior highlights touch as a clear signal of interest. For example, a quick tap on the shoulder or brushing her hand against yours accidentally, with a smile, is classic flirtation. It's one thing to be friendly, but if she's comfortable enough to break the typical personal space barrier, her body is communicating comfort and attraction. Other nonverbal cues: leaning in and personal space. If she always angles her chair toward you in class or leans across the table when you talk, those are signs of engagement. Psychologists explain that facing someone directly with an open torso invites connection. Even if you've moved around, check if she finds ways to cross paths with you or ends up nearby more than by chance. Also, she might play with her hair or clothes around you, a form of preening. For instance, do you catch her smoothing her hair, flipping it back, or adjusting her shirt when you notice? These grooming gestures are subconscious advertising of interest. Evolutionary research calls that preening behavior, and notes women often fix their appearance around someone they like. Furthermore, listen to her tone. A softer voice or slightly higher pitch in conversation can mean she's trying to be more flirtatious. And eye contact. Does she hold your gaze during jokes or stories? Even now, mutual gaze is still a magnet of attraction. If her glance lingers and she frequently catches your eye, it's not by accident. In the acquaintance stage, context helps. She might give you little compliments about schoolwork or say you're funny. Mixed with these body language clues, easy laughing, touches, hair flips, open posture, and those glances, the pieces start to fit. It tells a story that she's warming up to you, enjoying your attention, and maybe secretly hoping you'll notice her too. Close friend scenario. Hidden crush among friends. The third situation is trickiest. When the girl is already your close friend. You hang out, text daily, maybe even share secrets. It's comfortable. So how do you distinguish friendly affection from something more? Here, subtle shifts in behavior are key. She already knows you well, so we look for signs that she suddenly treats you a little differently than her other friends. First, observe her nervous energy around you. If a typically confident friend becomes bashful, giggly, or fidgety when you're one-on-one, that could be major. Psychologists find that when people are attracted, they often show classic fight-or-flight signs. Quicker heartbeat, flushed cheeks, stumbling words, and that kind of shy smile. Think about it. When you like someone, you don't instantly become smooth. You might blunder or blush. If she starts talking faster, giggling at things she wouldn't normally laugh at, or even nervously brushing her hair behind her ear when you're joking around, take note. A 2021 study on attraction found people who like someone else often blush and smile more in that person's presence. If you're dating at home or chatting late at night, see if these signs pop up. Another clue, personal questions and special attention. Does she suddenly ask about who you like, your day, or your plans more than usual? Does she remember tiny details, your favorite cereal or a dream you mentioned, and bring them up later? This isn't strictly body language, but psychologists call it increased attentiveness, a hallmark of interest. She's mentally tuning in to you. A friend might laugh with you, but a girl with a crush will hang on your every word and keep the conversation going, even after others lose interest. Check also for subtle touching and closeness. As close friends, some hugging or bumping might happen anyway, but notice if these get just a tad more flirty. For example, does she lean on you or side-sit really close when you're sitting together? Does she give longer hugs or hold your hand for a second? Psychological research tells us that even teens and adults use touch to signal romantic interest. If she casually drapes an arm around your shoulder or lightly plays with your fingers, it could be a big hint. Body language cues still apply here. Eye contact still matters. Even if you text all day, in person she might lock eyes in a new way. Does she look at your lips or tilt her head when listening to you, as if trying to seem more open and interested? Are her feet pointing at you while sitting in a group instead of toward her phone or elsewhere? These tiny gestures show she's subconsciously orienting herself to you. And don't forget the hair and face. Many girls will unconsciously preen around a crush, quickly brushing hair out of eyes, touching their face, or even playing with lip gloss, all signs to look attractive. To sum up this close friend scenario, if a shy smile replaces her usual teasing, if small touches feel meaningfully prolonged, or if she suddenly seems extra self-conscious, but in a sweet way, just around you, those are strong signs. The chemistry might already be there, hidden in the friendship, but now the context makes every smile and laugh feel charged. Decoding these signals can feel like unraveling a mystery, and that's normal. Attraction is a complex dance of signals. But notice this, multiple clues together create a clear pattern. One accidental brush of the arm or one smile might mean nothing. But if she's often leaning toward you in conversation, meeting your eyes with a smile, laughing at your jokes, and maybe even mirroring the way you sit or talk, then your instincts are probably right. Remember, these science-backed cues, eye contact, open posture, smiling, nervous laughter, mirroring, preening, etc., are like little breadcrumbs. They tell you she's comfortable and interested, not just being polite. The psychology research we've mentioned shows these behaviors consistently pop up in attraction. If you see many of them together, it's a strong hint she might secretly like you. At the end of the day, only one way to be sure is honest communication. But before you take that step, give yourself confidence by paying attention to what she's really saying with her eyes, her body, and her smiles. Whether you're talking to a stranger, hanging out with an acquaintance, or chilling with a close friend, treat each sign as a gift. And remember, someone liking you is a compliment. Embrace the possibility. Keep an open heart, trust what you see, and when the time feels right, you might find that turning those silent signals into conversation leads to something amazing. Good luck, and keep an eye on those little cues. They often tell the truth.